Hey guys, welcome back to the Glow Collective podcast. As you can tell, it's just me today. I'm on my own. We've asked you guys for some questions, so as an unhinged girly just getting through life, I'm going to give you my best advice on dating, tanning, and just lifestyle. Now, maybe should I take my own advice because it's do as I say and not as I do, because I make some really bad decisions in life, but I'm going to try and get in my big sister energy and give you good advice. But hey ho, here we go. Disclaimer: take my advice at your own risk. Let's start. I've actually not read these, so this is a blind reaction. I got the girls in the office to print these out for me. So, number one, I have a first date on Saturday. Any tips? Okay. I love a first date. Okay, there's just something about it. It gets me excited. It gets me hyped. My first tips are: do an activity. Don't let it be a date where you have to, if there's like, you don't get along, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing worse. I don't like the cinema because, sorry, I've just now have to sit next to this person and hope my side profile looks good. So I'd say do an activity, and then if there's nothing to talk about, you can just talk about the thing you're doing. That's my top tip. Number two, make sure you have a sleigh outfit on. When you look good, feel good, it's just better in life. And next one, just get yourself really hyped up. Remember that you're not trying to get them to like you. That's not the aim of the game. They're just getting to know you. So be yourself, good vibes only, have a laugh. And if they don't like you, like, it is what it is. Like, it's a funny story to tell your friends is my best advice on that one.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
What's your funniest first date story?
My funniest first date story. Okay, there's two. One that was like funny because they've both been bad, but my first funny one was I went on this date. It was actually a Nando's. I went to Nando's one day and he asked me on the date, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, like, why not? He wasn't my typical type, so I thought I'll give you a shot. Anyway, I went on this date and we were just doing like pubs and stuff. He had the ugliest pair of shoes on. I just couldn't hold a conversation. So I actually went home. Like, I made up a lie. I was like, I'm not feeling very well. And went home. But his chat was also bad and his shoes were even worse. And I had the coolest Jordans on. I was like, nah, we don't go together. And then another one was I went bowling with this guy. It went well. Then we played beer pong. But I weren't very good, so the ball kept running away. And then when I went to pick the ball up, I hit my head on the side cabinet. I gave myself concussion, and my head was bleeding. And honest to God, I just thought I couldn't write it. Like, literally bleeding head. I saw him like 2 more times after that, but then he turned out to be not nice human. So we ended that one there. But they were my bad 2 first dates. But they're kind of funny now. And I just never get embarrassed about stuff like that. Like, I literally sincerely don't care. So, yeah, they're my first dates. This one is, what should I do if the guy I like constantly leave my text undelivered? Okay, we've all been there. We've all been there. It's a hard pill to swallow that he maybe doesn't like you. But I think if you're looking for something really serious, then being left undelivered is a no-no. But how long has he been leaving you undelivered? Like, people have lives that don't, like, there's more to life than just messaging you as a person, which really upsets me because I believe I should be top priority from the second you meet me. But I think if he's working, then it's fine. But if he's actually just leaving you undelivered, then no, he's got to go if you want something serious. If you just want fun, then does it really matter? I'm sure you're also messaging someone else, do you know what I mean? But, yeah. Or just have a conversation and be like, look, do you like me or not? I think communication is key. If you don't like me, go away because you're just wasting time. But, yeah, it actually really upsets me when they leave me undelivered. Have you been left undelivered? Yeah. I think it happens to everyone and you just can't take it personal. You just have to take it as this person's not for me. There's nothing you can do. You can't force someone to reply to you. So you either gonna have to live with it or just ignore him. I say leave him undelivered longer than he leaves you, because then he'll reply fast, because he'll be like, oh, they're playing my game. But that's just if you want to go down the toxic route.
Or find out if he's going out and get dressed up real cute and be like, oops.
Yeah, I would say if you know where this boy is going to be, you get a good outfit on and you're also there. Even if it's his work, shut the hell up. It's a place you know he goes, go. And look hot and don't speak to him, because he'll want to come and speak to you. Because that's what they want. Major slay. But also, like, if you want to be really loved and be top priority, then you got to take it as he doesn't want you as top priority. But if you want to be toxic and play the games, then play the games. So someone's put, okay, so I'm seeing this guy, is it possible to be too nice? It gives you the ick. Yes, okay? Yes. I think you want a nice person, let's not get that wrong, but there is a thing of just being overly nice to the point where it gets like a little bit, what's the word? It's overwhelming and you feel a bit trapped, I'd say. And you don't want that. I think you need a balance. If you like a really nice guy, then get the really nice guys. But I like someone who's not overly nice, because I'm quite a sarcastic person, but still has a kind heart. And I think there's a fine line of personality and difference there. Once I dated this guy who was far too nice for me. And even his name was too nice, but I won't say it because I'm speaking about him. But just think of one of the most romantic names to breathe. That was his name, okay? And he was too nice, and he wrote me a song, and it felt like I was his top priority from day one, but like in the wrong way. Like, not just I was the only girl he's speaking to, but like he had no other life but to like me, and I didn't like that. So you can get the ick, but I sometimes think when you get the ick, you just actually don't like them. It's not the ick, because if I genuinely like someone, they could do anything and I'd be okay with it. So you're not getting the ick, it's just they're not for you. I think this is the following, because it says, so now I've gone back to someone who's an absolute bleep. Is that toxic? Yeah, he's gone back to a turd. Okay, so is it toxic to go back? Everyone goes back. It's part of life. But the second time you go back, it's never as fun, because you're not finding out about that person. You already know the red flags, and it's kind of just a slap in the face that you've gone back to them. So I think you have to go back to get over them.
Recycling is good for the planet.
Phoebe, she's not got a mic, but Phoebe behind the camera says, recycling is good for the planet. No, I think you have to go back to move forward just once, because when you finish speaking with them the first time, you've still got all that magicalness from when you first met. Whereas when you go back, there's none of that magicalness, because you know exactly who they are, what they're like, and I feel like the red flags are just louder than ever. So you have to go back to know the red flags, and that be the memory of them. So I recommend going back just once. Not like don't go back like 5 times. That's like mug. But you can go back once and just reevaluate the situation. Also, I'd recommend making a pros and cons list. Okay, it really gets you through life. If only on the pros is physical features, then they've got to go, because we need more than good-looking humans. They need to be somewhat good-looking, but they can't all be negative personality-wise, and then the one good thing, they have a nice arm, because we can find lots of nice arms. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I recommend going back just once. Okay, next question. I really like a guy who my friends liked in the past. What do I do? Okay. I feel like when you're in a small circle, you all kind of go to the same places. There is sometimes a little bit of crossover, because you kind of know the same people, and that's who you're going to go for. I think it depends. As a friend, I think you should be happy for your friend. Yeah? So, as a friend, I think they shouldn't be mad if there was nothing crazily serious. It depends how serious it was. If it was like a 7-year relationship, then yeah, leave that there. But if it was just like a like or a fling, then sure, I think your friend, you could go for each other, because your friend will just be happy that you're happy. It all just depends on the context of the situation. Like, does the friend that used to like this boy now have a boyfriend? Because if so, it's good to go. If they weren't anything serious, the friend that was with them has moved on, and has got a boyfriend, then they can't really say anything. It's not like they were together. Then I think it's good to go. And I think you just have to go for what the heart wants. Like, there's a reason that you like this person. Yeah, there's a reason that you like this person. There's a reason that you're speaking to them. And if you get on and you think it's going to be like a long-term thing, if it's worth the maybe little bit of an argument that's going to happen, then go for it. If you don't think it's worth the little argument, then just don't mention it. But I say go for it. And just tell your friend, like, a few dates in, when you know it's worth a possible upset. But I don't think there should be an upset if they weren't anything serious. That's my opinion on that one. But I don't know how you're going to tell your friend. I think you're going to chat GBT that one, because I don't know how you're going to mention it. Maybe just a little hint. Like, I'd say, don't just post it on the story. Maybe a message would be stunning. And just big up what you have. Lower down a little bit what they had. And then just see what happens. But I think go for the guy if they weren't that serious, because your friend will just be happy that you're happy. I feel like I'm really bad at flirting. How do I approach? Great question. Not sure. Clearly flirting's not really worked for me in the past, because I've never had a boyfriend. I think you've got to find your own flirting style. Like, we're not all going to be the same. Some of us are not going to just, like, talk the same way. So if you're a joker, like, be funny, be yourself. I just say move with confidence, move that you believe in yourself. And I just think flirting is just having a conversation. Like, I think we overthink it. There's no need to overthink. No need. Just nice subtle eye contact and then have a normal conversation. I think you'll be fine. But yeah, move with confidence and how you want to be, and just carry yourself. I just think carry yourself the way you want to be as a person. It's like, I literally just think, who do I want to be like, or like, what energy am I trying to give? And I just move like that. Like, sometimes just fake it till you make it, because that's all we've got in this world. So pretend, fake it till you make it, and just be the person you want to be. Be yourself, and you'll be A-okay. And like, if it goes a bit wrong, just think you're literally never going to have to see this person again if you don't go on a date. So it don't really matter. It's not that deep. Just walk away and move on. Or maybe flirt, right? When you're picking up flirting, flirt with some, like, who you don't find attractive first, and get your practice in. And then when you go for an attractive guy where you actually get really nervous and you're like, oh my God, he's sensational, boom, you've got the practice. The nerves won't overtake as much, and you'll be back up and running. Practice running. Just think, in a club, there's a lot of men or women, whoever you want to flirt with. Go for the ones that are not your typical type, and then on like the fifth one, go for your type. And then after that, you can literally go for anyone you want. But I think you can't go and flirt with someone giving the energy that you think they're better than you. No, that's not going to work. You have to think you're the best looking one in that duo of a situation, because you need to have that confidence. So yeah, that's my best advice. Like, if I'm flirting, I literally think I'm sensational. I literally think I am the prize right now. Like, how dare you not think I'm gorgeous? But listen, it gets me through life, so that's my top advice. Post breakup glow up tips. I would say heal in any which way you like to heal. I don't think you need to break up and then you think that 24 hours after you have to look like a different person, be on your 7th career change, and be a whole new person, because you didn't break up because of you or what you looked like or what you did. Like, you just broke up because you weren't meant to be. So I think heal, and you'll then just radiate more positive energy, and then that aura is what's gonna make you glow up. But if you want to do a physical glow up, I would say anything that gets your spark back. So I'd probably get new hair. I'd put some fake tan on because it's what makes me feel better. But I would say do everything for you and not number one to get back at your ex, because that's just a downward spiral of you thinking you're doing something to make yourself feel better, but actually just doing it for them. And then when you don't get the response, you're just back at square one. So don't do it for your ex, do it for yourself, get your spark back. And I'd say just remember your friends, go out, have fun, and just don't even think about who you've just dated. Even though earlier in the video I said go back to them, but don't in this instance of post glow up. But yeah, that's my top advice for that one. So I think it's all about the mind. Like, I feel like you just have to really heal, and then you just yourself feel like yourself, and that's where your glow up is. That's my top advice. There you go. What are the biggest red flags and biggest green flags in a relationship? I feel like it's different for everyone, and like what you want. It's like what you want from a relationship. I think that's key to know what you want for a relationship before you start dating. Otherwise, we're just dating aimlessly. But I would say my biggest red flag. I feel like I just love a walking red flag. I just love a red flag. No, biggest red flag. I don't like anyone that shouts at me. Like, why are you shouting? Red flag. If we're out and about and you're rude to, like, the staff at a shop or a restaurant, red flag. Like, sorry, manners cost nothing. So I think anyone just rude, anyone who's different in front of the friends. Like, if you're in front of your friend and you're just ignoring me, red flag, get gone. Yeah. I think also anyone who doesn't put effort into stuff. Now, I'm not saying fly me to Dubai, but even basic stuff like you're not making time to see me, red flag. Obviously, they've got the friends and work and stuff, but you still want to feel very included and loved. So that's a red flag. The shouting thing is a big no. I'm sorry. Like, if we're in an argument, just have a conversation with me. If you disagree, you don't need to raise your voice. Rude. Green flags, I'd say anyone who makes you feel really calm is a green flag to me. Like, I don't love the butterfly thing. Like, that stresses me out. I need someone just calm, safe. Green flag. Big family people. If you have a sister, you're an instant green flag. Because I feel like, yeah, anyone who talks about the family a lot and the mom a lot and, yeah, sisters, all green flags. I feel like if you're from female, but yeah, you've got to love your mom, but with some distance. Not so much like I feel like I'm competing with your mom. I can't cope with that. Also, I don't want to mother anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to tell you that you shouldn't have done that. You can't react like that. Get up and do that. You need a job. No, I need you to have strong ambitions. But it's different for everyone. Like, I'd say a green flag for me is if you're a creative person. Well, that's just because I'm creative and I couldn't be with anyone who's not. Mine doesn't work like that. So I think it's different for everyone, but they're my red and green flags. Do you have any you want to add, Phoebes?
A green flag. I like it when they have respect for, like, your friends, and so, like, you know, if you're on a night out and you're with your friends and they're quite, like, look out for you. I think that's a green flag.
Yes. I'm going to see if I can do something with the audio so you got picked up there. But yeah, how they are with my friends. I don't want you overly friendly, but I think don't talk bad about my friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, be nice to them, be friendly with them, respect them. As you said, on a night out, yeah, you're with me, but make sure the whole group is sound and safe. And even if I'm not there and you see my friend in trouble, I'd expect you to help my friend. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm asking for too much here, but then what I want in a person. Should I be mad at my partner for liking other girls' Instagram pics? This doesn't offend me, but I can see why it would offend some. Listen, if they're in a bikini, no. Celebs, I literally don't care. Like, you're never gonna get with that girl. No offense. Like, if you're liking Kim Kardashian's picture, be my guest. I'll probably like Michael B. Jordan's. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. But if you're liking a girl's pic who literally goes to the same nightclub as you, that ain't gonna work. for me if it's like a bikini pic. But other than that, I don't really mind, but I can see why. I don't know, because if a guy likes my picture, I don't think they want to chat. Like, I don't think, oh, they want to chat to me. I think I'm literally on the homepage, so they've just double tapped it. But I do think if your mindset that a guy likes your picture, oh, he must want to chat to me, then I feel like you'd probably find liking girls' other pictures weird. But yeah. Actually, now I've said it, no, I don't want you liking other girls' pictures. Now that I deeply think about it in my mind, imagine scrolling and you see this stunning girl and it says liked by the guy's name and others. Oh, I'd be a raging bull. I take it back. I don't want you to like girls' Instagram pictures unless they're literally your friend, then that's fine. So Phoebe's just asked, what do I think of girl best friends? I'm not a lover, I'm not a hater. I think it depends. Like, I've been the girl best friend in like a trio of a situation, and like, hand on heart, I'd never get with him and we'd never be together. Like, we've literally been besties since 3. Like, he's a family friend. But I can also see why the girl probably doesn't like me, because it's not that, I don't want to say I'm a threat, because I'm not a threat. But I think when you're that close to a girl, it is like, what is the switch of it just being a relationship? Because realistically, like, there's a fine line between being best friends and then being in a relationship. It wouldn't offend me unless it was like, oh, but we did actually date for 3 years, 2 years ago. That'd literally, I wouldn't enjoy that. And if they're new best friends, I wouldn't like that either. If they've been best friends since 3, then that's absolutely fine. But not if they've just become best friends last week. Like, what do you mean? Why were you even conversating? I feel like everything's on context. If the girl best friend has a boyfriend or a partner, winner chicken dinner for me. Like, slay, we'll all be besties. And it also depends how the girl reacts to you becoming the girlfriend. If she's a hater and doesn't speak to you and acts as if your existence is not there, red flag. Like, she doesn't want you in the situation. Whereas if she's warm and welcoming and like doesn't try to get involved and stuff, tick, she's literally just a friend. So that's how I figure it out. I've been seeing someone for a short while, but was taken aback when recently he dropped the L-bomb on our 3rd date. I got no idea what to do. Help. 3rd date is too soon. Too soon. I feel like there needs to be a word from liking to loving. Because I feel like there's a point where you're like, I more than like them like I did at the beginning, but I don't yet love them. Yeah, 3rd date is too soon, but I do think there needs to be a word. Because I do think there is a point where it's like, I now more than like you. I liked you from, yeah.
You're in like with someone.
I'm in like with someone. I in like you instead of I'm in love with you. Yeah, because I just think like there is a switch where you go from liking someone like you did at the beginning to thinking this is actually could be something serious, but I don't love you yet, because love's a very strong word and not something said lightly. I'm not sure what my response would be, because love you too, if you don't mean it, don't say it. Thank you seems a bit harsh. Oh, thanks. I've definitely used that one before when someone told me they loved me. I was like, oh, thanks. Because I didn't feel ready to say it, and I'm not going to feel pressure to say it either. But I think he's gone in too strong to the point where I'd just cut it off. I don't think there's any coming back from this. Because what are you going to do? Like, he loves you after the 3rd date and you love him on the 20th. No. I think you're at different stages and you have to be on the same page. I don't even think you're reading from the same book at this point. So I would say cut it off, find someone new. Bit crazy. I mean, you must be a hot slay if they love you on the 3rd date. It's kind of a compliment, but it's a no from me. Get rid. Okay, they organised our first few dates, so now it's my turn, but I'm worried my ideas are too generic, like the cinema. Where should we go? Okay. I feel like if you've done your first few dates, you know each other now. Surely you like each other. First few dates, you've kept going. This is the time, I think 3rd or 4th date, you can bring in a nice dinner. I think that's fine. Like, I'd love to go to a sushi date. No one wants to take me though. I'm joking. You could go for a nice dinner. It's kind of generic, but I think like a really nice restaurant where you can dress up and look stunning. Activities as always. Let's think of some activities you could do. I like it when you do a couple of activities. So like you might go from bowling to beer pong to basketball, and like you play like an Olympics kind of thing, and you just go around and dot around. If you want to drink, have some drinks. If you don't want to drink, don't. But yeah, I think you need to do something where you're with each other, because I do want to go to like the Mario go-karting thing, but I've suddenly realised we won't be able to chat because I'm racing the person. But I think on the fourth date, you know each other enough that you can do like a fun activity where you're not like glued next to each other. So maybe something like that, or maybe go like axe throwing or archery, or just something fun and competitive. They would be the dates I'd say go for. Yeah, also you're going to have to go for a nice dinner at this point. Maybe do it when you have to organise it because it's less stressful and you just book a table.
What's the most creative date you've been on?
I've actually not been on a creative date. I'm sorry. Someone asked me to go on a hike once, and I was like, I think you've asked the wrong girl. Like, I'm not going on a hike. But no creative dates. There's been no dates that have actually like stood out to me. Mainly because I normally go to the same places. Like, them staff must think, whoa, this girl's day in history is a bit of cray-cray. What else could you actually... Dates are hard, I think, to come up with when you're not just with someone and, like, going shopping today. Like, when you want to do something fun. Dates are hard to come up with, but go-karting, the Mario go-karting one is my top suggestion. Or dinner. And if anyone wants to take me on a date, there's the places I want to go, okay? Right, this is a really random question. Would you rather be a rat or a frog? This screams that we let Phoebe on the team loose with the questions, and she's written this one herself. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, would I rather be a rat or a frog? Would I rather, or what do I look like? Because I've heard that people look like a rat or a frog. No, would you rather be? Okay, I would rather be a frog. Why?
You eat flies. What do rats eat? Cheese.
Oh, really? But then frogs are on water, but are slimy. Whereas rat is just like a hamster with a long tail, really. So maybe I'd be a rat, but could I be like a pet rat and not like a rat from the streets? Okay, I'd be a pet rat. Oh, I've got foundation on these. Great. Okay. Right, now we are on to all your self-tan questions. So I'm going to give my best self-tan advice. I'm always worried about my face tan and body tan not matching. What would you suggest? Okay. If you like a medium light tanner, basically you just need to kind of pick a product that is the levels that's going to work. So if you're a medium light tanner, you can use the face mist once. You could use the face drops and just put a little bit less into your moisturizer. Whereas if you like a more darker tan like you could use the Miracle Glow Face Tan Serum, just because it's like it will send you a little bit darker, or the face drops, add more drops into the moisturizer, or face mist and build up the face mist. Because I tan quite, like I like a dark tan, I use like Dark Professional most of the time. I would use Miracle Glow Face Tan Serum on my face, and then every other day after that I just spritz it with the face mist before I go to bed, so that my face tan keeps up and I'm all one. Can I use self tan if I have a deep skin tone already? Absolutely. We are for everyone. We do have our advanced colour correct range, which actually is all about basically buying the shade that you already are, because it's got colour correcting elements, so it's just going to give you a more flawless finish. So if you have a deep skin tone, it's just going to basically, I don't know how to make that a word, but make you glow, even out skin tone, and just give you an overall like glowy look. So it's for everyone. Recommend. Let's think. Leela does a great video on the ultra dark Advanced Colour Correcting Mousse, where she talks about it on a deeper skin tone. So I'd recommend that watch if you want some more info on it. How should I tan my hands? I don't want to be streaky. Hands are some of the hardest body parts to tan because if it goes wrong, they're literally in your face. We're not going to wear gloves all day, are we? So I would think less is more. Just use whatever's, either use a tiny bit of mousse or whatever's left on the mitt. Make sure you claw your hands so that you don't have white knuckles. Tan remover pads, because sometimes if it goes on your palm, if you go a little cray, you don't really want a tanned palm because we want the natural look around here. My other top tip is actually just to grab a face mist and literally spread your fingers and do a claw and spritz your hand, because the tan will just fall on your hand super natural, and it's slightly lighter than a mousse, so you get a more natural finish. For me, last minute plans come about way too often. I usually forget to tan. Which product should I use? Last minute plans tend to always be the best and the most fun, so let's not stress. We've got tan that literally covers you. If you have 3 hours that you can tan before, then I recommend our fast tan in the professional range. It develops from little as 1 hour to 3 hours, depending if you want light, medium or dark. And then you literally just wash it off. It's a mousse. It's a normal tan. It just develops quicker. So I'd recommend that one. If you need instant results because your friend called you 5 minutes ago and now you're going out the house, I'd recommend our instant tan, our 1 day instant tan. It's a matte finish. You literally just look like you've been tanned. I'd recommend our Instagrad Shimmer. It's our holy grail. We all love it here. It's an instant tan. It's a gradual tan. And it has shimmer. Smush that together. Instagrad Shimmer. It's how it's got the title. I'd recommend that one. It's a gorgy hun of a colour. It's stunning. I wear that even if I've got tan on and I'm just going out. But it's going to give you that instant tan colour. It dries down really fast. You're going to have a little shimmer, a little glow. But also it's gradual, so it'll develop as you go along. I recommend that one. And then for face, we have the bronzing drops, which viral on TikTok. Everyone loves them. Great for a makeup base. Great to wear on their own. Just an all-round product. I like to use them as cream contour sometimes. You can literally just use them for everything. Another instant product as well. So don't fear with your last minute plans, we've got you. What's the best tanning hack you've learned from working at Sam Marie's? I feel like you learn a lot of tanning hacks working here. We talk about it a lot. Everyone kind of tans in their own different way. I'd say my favourite tanning hack I've learned is... learned one from Demi, which I really liked, which is she tucks a pyjama top into her oversized joggy bottoms so that you don't get the rim around your belly from where it's wiped off, because we are in our Y2K vibes. We like a low-rise jean. We want our bellies out. We need a flawless tan. So that is one of my favourite tips. And another one, what's another favourite that I've really loved? Right, so last week we had our ex-tan expert in. I'm going to insert the clip here so you can have it word for word how she said it, because I can't fully remember all the terminology she said. But you sometimes get diamonds on the inside of your arms as your tan's coming off. Or sometimes when I'm scrubbing, it's just the last place that it wants to stay. You put talcum powder on the diamond and then you pat your tan over the top and you get a flawless tan. I'm going to put her clip in because I might have switched the words around slightly and I don't want you all to have bad tans, so I'll put her clip in. But that is one of my favourite tanning tips I've learned.
Any of your diamonds that you get, because I used to get asked this all the time, any diamonds, put a little bit of talc there before you tan, tap it, don't rub it, tap, and it'll clean. You're welcome.
Try that one.
That was the last question. Okay, I've really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed being on the pod by myself. I feel like I've just been talking to myself. Literally call me Zoella. But yeah, maybe I should start taking my own advice, because I actually feel like I've given cracking advice. And if you saw my dating life, you'd think we were two different people. But yeah, I've actually loved it. So I hope you all enjoyed my advice. Hope you feel like you've just been on FaceTime. And yeah, I feel like we need to do this again with more questions. I hope some of your situations have been resolved, and I hope to get updates on what's actually happened from the situations, because some of them were real good situations. But yeah, Hope you enjoy it. We've got a new episode coming out soon. I'm back with a guest, so don't worry. You don't just get my face again. And yeah, bye.